Here I am at the Gun and Knife Show, trying to walk up to the building now. As you can see, it was hard enough for me to find a parking spot. There are no shortage of people here in Southeast Missouri that want to be free to come to a Gun and Knife Show and purchase a firearm and not have to worry about a background check or fingerprint check. So I'm going to go try to see if I can get some people to talk to me. Josh Boyer reporting to you here from the Cape Girardeau Gun and Knife Show. The parking lot is packed. I would say there's at least 500 cars here, so there's at least that many people in there, probably more. I'm hearing that there's going to be charging admission at the door. They didn't usually do that, but they're starting to do that now. No big deal, really. Probably be like $5. Hoping to get some people to talk to me today, see what their interpretation of the Second Amendment is and what they think about the gun control debate going on right now and the bills trying to be passed. So let's get started. All right, here we are. As you can see, there's definitely a lot of gun enthusiasts in Southeast Missouri here. I'm not even sure how well you'll be able to hear me on this. It's so loud in here. Pardon me there. About to go make a little round, see what we're working with here. I'm not getting crafty with you. I'd just like to know, what's your interpretation of the Second Amendment, sir? To you, what does it mean to you?
Right to keep and bear arms, period.
Protect yourself from intruders, from...
Well, the right to keep and bear arms.
No matter what.
Go up to and shoot, go out and recreate.
What about up to and including oppressive government? Like, don't you think you should be able to, if for no other reason, be able to keep however many guns, whatever kind of gun you want to?
I don't think there should be a restriction on guns.
Okay.
Quantity or type.
Well, that's also my personal feeling of the Second Amendment. It's there for you to be able to me, have everything up to and including what the government has to be able to use against you. So instead of the debate of restricting our guns, I think we should be having a debate about opening up our access to more types of firearms. Our government has drones and missiles and grenade launchers and missile launchers and nukes, and they're trying to tell us that we can't have shotguns and we can't have assault rifles.
Well, the thing that bothers me about the term assault rifle, by definition, an assault rifle is a machine gun.
And you can't get a fully auto.
There are a few states in the United States where you can get.
You have to jump through so many hoops.
And you can't.
Oh, Illinois is real bad.
Yeah, it is. It's terrible because of Chicago.
Okay. Well, so what do you think about the bills being passed right now? Well, in Missouri, there's a bill up for passing that is saying that any federal official that tries to enforce gun control laws may face up to 5 years in prison. Do you think that's a good thing?
I think it's a good thing. It isn't only Missouri. Mississippi is doing the same thing. Alabama's talking about it, and so is Georgia.
Well, that's good news, too. There are at least a couple sheriffs here in Missouri that have come out and openly stated that they are not going to enforce any gun control laws. And
Oregon's the same way.
Oregon's the same way. And since the buck kind of stops with the county sheriff, as far as gun control issues go, do you think that's a good thing then, openly stating that?
Oh, I think it's a good thing, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for the restrictions we ought to have. I think we should be debating on opening up to a broader range of weapons that we should be able to have at our disposal. I mean, the government has missiles and nukes and rocket launchers and drones and biological weapons, and they're trying to tell us that we need to cut down on rifles and shotguns.
Yeah, they want to take away 22 rifles.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The bill being pushed by Feinstein right now is banning upwards of 150 different types of guns. I mean, it's just ridiculous. What do you think about gun-free school zones? Do you think that's a good thing? You think we should do away with those? The Sandy Hook shooting, you think that could have been maybe prevented if some teachers were allowed to conceal and carry?
Exactly.
I mean, if our government officials, if they can have armed guards and their kids can go to schools that have armed guards, how can they sit there and tell us with a straight face that we can't conceal and carry?
Their kids are better than ours. That's it.
The same thing with the Aurora shooting. If people would have been allowed to conceal and carry in that theater, a tragedy nonetheless if one person gets killed. But I guarantee you it wouldn't have been upwards of 20 if one person in there would have had to conceal and carry. It would have dramatically reduced the chances. A couple different sheriffs have come out here in Missouri and openly stated they will not enforce any gun control laws. You think that's a good thing? You think more
sheriff from our county says if they do that, they will deputize every person in the county.
Really? What county is that?
Livingston County.
Here in Missouri?
Greene County, Kentucky.
Oh, in Kentucky?
As a matter of fact, there was 4 sheriffs and every one of them said the exact same thing.
Really? Well, that's good news. Since the buck kind of stops with the county sheriff, do you think everybody should openly come out and say that? I mean, as far as I know, there's only been 2 from Missouri. I know there's a lot more than 2 sheriffs in Missouri. I understand the political.
Talking to Deputy Sheriff Thursday night, the majority of the Sheriff's Association in Kentucky, it come down from their office. We will deputize everyone.
Really? See, that I don't understand. It seems like there's so much opposition. How are they going to go forward with this? It just seems like they're trying to provoke. They're trying to provoke a civil war, or they're just totally stupid and not in touch with us at all.
All the above.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir. Thank you.
Most of them are going to be familiar with the cheaper weapon.
Yeah, more people were killed with baseball bats and rocks that last year than were killed with supposed assault weapons.
What about even the Camaro Z28?
Yeah. Yeah, you should definitely have to go through a rigorous training course to obtain it. But the government's saying that you're not allowed to, even if you already have one as a teacher, telling you that you cannot come in with your gun. I think that's ridiculous. That's a total infringement on your right to bear arms.
Right. But
And
I can understand like a parent not being able to carry one into the class or carry one into the school. Me personally, I carry mine, but I leave it in the vehicle wherever I go.
as you can tell, there's no shortage of gun enthusiasts here in southeast Missouri. I don't think any of these people will go along with any gun controls that get passed. All right, so I've just been approached by a guy who told me that I can't record in here. I already asked if I could, and they told me that I can, so I am asking people, out of my own kindness, I am asking people before I record them if they mind if I record them. I told him it is my right no matter what to record in public, and it's fine. I already asked if I could, and I am asking people before I do it, but he still is running and telling on me, so we're going to see what happens. Let's see what the big deal is. I mean, like I said, I am being nice and asking people before I do it.
Well, there's people here that would have, so many people selling guns, I'm sure they would have been getting it.
Well, that's who I'm asking, is the people selling the guns. That's who I really want to talk to. Some people have said no, so I didn't record them. Some people have said yeah, and they were more than willing to talk to me. I run an independent media site called thedailypatriot.net. Just trying to, there's a lot of gun control issues being pushed right now, and I just want to let people know about them and ask what they feel about it, if they think it's right, if they think it's wrong. I mean, I feel like everybody has the right to bear arms, up to including, whatever they want to for personal defense and, against an oppressive government that may eventually come and try to take them out of their home. It's just my opinion. That's why I'm trying to. I respect everybody's opinion.
Sounds like a
He told you could take pictures.
Well, like I said, I don't know his name, but I did ask, and he said it was
He
fine.
did say it if the part of your episode's okay.
Yeah, of course. And there's been people that said they didn't want it, so I got them recorded. I'm being as respectful. I'm just out here trying to get everybody's opinion on a few different issues. What do you think about the school shootings we've been having? You think that's a underlying symptom of a bigger problem? You think they've all been on some mind-altering medication? You think that might have something to do with it?
I don't know what it is all about, really.
You think one way to solve that problem might be to allow teachers to conceal and carry in the school?
I don't have a problem.
Would you be for that?
I'm not going to have a problem with teachers having guns if they're
I think that would be a real big help, not a hindrance. Yeah, there's already rigorous training and courses you have to go through to get it. Maybe even make it more strict and more rigorous, but at the same time, making a school a gun-free zone is just like saying come and get it to a crazy psycho that's already got a gun or that's going to get one illegally anyway. So I don't understand the gun control bills that are being pushed. Criminals don't abide by the laws, so they're not going to respect the gun control laws.
he's trying to check with the military and stuff to see
If they'll fire on
if
American
it come
citizens.
to it, if they would go against everybody.
Yeah, that's the litmus test for who's going to keep this in this term.
They're worried about rural America.
Yeah, they are. They really are. They're cracking down on it hardcore. And it's really, that's another reason why I'm out here. I'm almost scared. Everybody's so complacent right now because you can still get in your car and drive to the store and you still got a job. Well, a lot of people still have a job. But it's going to come a time where that's not going to be the case. And I'm afraid that people won't wake up until their front door gets kicked in. It's a very scary thing. It's a very scary thing when you have a president in office that will murder people with drone strikes in a totally different country, totally illegal against international law. 200 children alone have been murdered with those drone strikes. 3 American citizens have been assassinated without due process. You know, America was founded on due process. You're supposed to have the right to a trial by your jury, or a jury trial of your peers to be found guilty. If you're found guilty, you get the appropriate punishment. But to just assassinate American citizens just because he says that this person needs to die, that is...
Between the government and the media that's basically in his pocket.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, every media outlet is just a mouthpiece for the Obama administration.
I often wonder about Fox News.
That's why, I mean, I'm out here with my own self, independent media. That's the way I really think that the future is going to, the people are going to get their news, is through independent media.
See Bill wandering around?
People who don't have a bias, people who aren't paid for by government corporations or government interests. And, you know, grassroots efforts is what's going to get things done to me, and that's why I'm out here. That's why I'm asking questions. I thank you guys for your time. Well, I just left the gun show. I got a lot of good responses. Lots of people were willing to talk to me. A few weren't. Understandable. I mean, not everyone you talk to is going to want to be recorded. Most everybody agrees that the Second Amendment is to protect yourself from oppressive, tyrannical government. I did get harassed a little bit. One guy who I wasn't even trying to talk to just saw me walking around with my iPad. He came up and tried to get me in trouble for recording, tried to get me kicked out, but I had already had permission to record, and I got permission again while he was there, so that went pretty smoothly. I was really nice, kept a level head. So yeah, that's it.